Hello, yes, and welcome to another episode of MLS Ireland. Well, I'll be bringing to you my unpredictable predictions for this MLS week's. God knows what it is now, because MLS just put out a new one, so stay tuned. Thank you very much for joining me. Yes, my name is Sean, and if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. And to who were cautious or interested, that's what happened to my finger. I'll put a wee picture on it. It doesn't really matter. Yes, this is, I think, a week 11, but MLS just put out a tweet saying it's week 14, so I think I'm right, but MLS are weird, so I'm going to stick with week 14. The teams are onto their 14th games, but they've been playing them. Anyway, I've been saying a lot about midweek, but MLS has been considering that as another week. But anyway, MLS is just MLS. So, without further ado, there's a lot of games this weekend. So I'll get cracking through it. And thank you very much for who has subscribed. That's pretty impressive that an idiot like me can pull in at least 5 people, which is pretty impressive. But anyway, I shall carry on. First game is Nashville against Houston Dynamo. Houston, who are now, as I said last 2-3 days ago, said without their best striker, the best player, their best option is now out of the league. Are coming up against Nashville team now who are not doing too bad at home, surprisingly. Congratulations to them. Houston are not doing very well away from home. They basically now lost their secret weapon. So saying this, you should see Nashville probably winning this game. I didn't expect Nashville to be completely annihilated by Chicago. I thought it was like 1-0 or something, but those are the things. The things. Yes, I know. So Nashville, they beat DC United, which I think I got correct. I don't know about the 1-0, can't remember. It was a long time ago. So I'm going to go for probably the exact same result. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Nashville. So the next game is New York City FC against FC Cincinnati. New York City are strange at the moment. They're coming up against a team who are stranger at the moment. FC Cincinnati do look like a good team when they're on it, and they drew against Philadelphia, which wasn't too bad. Now they're coming up against New York City FC team who are slightly weirder. They got beat by Toronto, which I can't remember if I predicted that. I'm sure you would like to inform me down below on how badly I did last week, which I don't think I did do too badly. But this game is going to be an interesting circumstances. I do think New York City probably have a better chance in this game. Like they played a couple of weeks ago where New York City won 2-1. They played it a wee bit tight at the end, but they got the result at the end, and I'm going to go for something similar. I do think New York City are probably going to win this one 2-1. DC United against New England Revolution. DC United aren't playing particularly well at the moment as they got beat by Nashville, and they're coming up against a New England team who aren't doing too bad. How did they do? I can't remember. They beat Montreal, which, oh yeah, that's right. It was a good game for them, good result. So I'm going to think they're going to be around the similar. They're a bit more confidence coming into this game. DC United are second from bottom for crying good. So I do think New England should have this one. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to New England. Again, MLS, hard to predict. The next one is New York Red Bulls against Montreal. New York actually not a bad team at the moment. They're just very inconsistent, like Montreal, who are very inconsistent, like MLS teams are very inconsistent. That makes this job a lot easier. Not even a job. God knows what this is. So Montreal against New York Red Bulls. New York Red Bull at home. I think they are probably suited to win this game. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. They're probably just in a better mindset at the moment than Montreal. Montreal look lost. Next one is Chicago Fire against Atlanta. Chicago Fire should win this one, and I'm going to go for a 1-0 win in this one. Atlanta do not look particularly very well at the moment, even though that they did have a very good result against FC Dallas, 1-0. Yes, an Irishman is actually playing. 2 Irishmen are playing very well for them. So, but not in this game. So like I said, I'm going to go for Chicago winning this one. Next one is Philadelphia against Inter Miami. I did expect Philadelphia to win their last game against FC Cincinnati, but they didn't. Inter Miami didn't do too bad. Who did they play? I can't bloody remember. I think they played during the week. Played last week. I can just check here. They got beat anyway. They got beat by New York Red Bull 4-1. So that was not going to be good, but I do think they're going to lose this one, so I'm going to go for Philadelphia, probably like 3-0. It would be interesting to see if Higuain actually starts, but I don't think this is the situation where he's going to be playing his best. So I'm going to go slow. I'm going to go for that result. The next one is Toronto against Columbus Crew. Toronto actually didn't too bad. This is actually probably going to be the game of the week. Columbus Crew are winning well, and Toronto are inconsistent. Like I said, a lot of teams are. There's probably only 3 teams who are probably inconsistent enough. So saying that, I do think Philadelphia, Columbus Crew, and probably Orlando are the 3 teams. But I'm just saying that Toronto is probably going to be a good game, so I'm going to go for like a 1-1 draw. I think Columbus Crew have it in them, but I think Toronto is probably going to come out of the traps, all guns blazing, and Columbus Crew are going to come in the last 10 minutes and nick the draw. Minnesota against Real Salt Lake. Minnesota should win this one, you think? Real Salt Lake are a very surprising team this season. They beat teams that they shouldn't really beat, and they've gotten beaten by teams who they really should have beat. So saying that, Minnesota are a better team. Minnesota are just a few places above them in the league, which you wouldn't think at this stage. But I'm going to go for a Minnesota 2-0 win. I do like how Minnesota are playing at the moment. The FC Dallas against Orlando. Orlando should really win this. FC Dallas aren't doing too bad. They're very strange at the moment. They got beat by Atlanta, which was very weird. FC Dallas are 8th in the league, surprisingly. They beat Sporting Kansas City, and they beat Colorado, and they beat Houston, and they got beaten by Minnesota, and then they got beat Drew Sporting Kansas City again. So saying that, they're coming up against Orlando, who are probably not a bad team. They're scoring goals, and they're actually finally defending goals. So I'm going to go for a 1-2. So I'm going to go for 2 to Orlando, 1 to FC Dallas. Colorado Rapids against Sporting Kansas City. This one's actually going to be a weird one. I'm not sure who could really get this game. So I'm going to go see what so let me see. I can't see one. So Orlando, I actually may think they actually might nick a game in this one, make a game of it, not nick, but do you think they could get a goal at the very last minute or so? So I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Do you think they'll probably score the first goal? Sporting Kansas City will come back with 2 goals, then they'll probably nick one on the 80th minute or so, and then kind of really defend for their lives. And I don't think Sporting Kansas City will have that much against them to really penetrate. Dirty words. Vancouver against Portland Timbers. Vancouver, who are very surprisingly at the moment, they're not doing too bad. They got beat by LAFC 6-0, which bad, but then they beat Real Salt Lake, then they beat Montreal, lost Montreal, beat Toronto, lost Montreal. So that against Montreal is very hard, but they're coming up against the Portland Timbers team, who actually won their game against Seattle, which I didn't expect to happen. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Portland. Portland probably a better team in this one, as not Cascadia, whatever it is. And LAFC against San Jose. Why is the LAFC teams always the last one? I never get to see them play, which is really annoying. But saying that, LAFC should really win this one, so I'm going to go for like 3-0. That's really not much to say. San Jose their defenders are amateurish, and they really seem to can't score at the moment. So sorry, San Jose. And then the last game is Galaxy against Seattle Sounders, which is actually going to be a weird one. I do think Seattle are the better team. LA Galaxy are playing better, but Seattle are getting there, and they're in 5th place, so which wasn't too bad. But I think it's going to be a draw. I do think it's going to be a lot of goals, so I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. that is my predictions. That's a lot of predictions. All of them could be completely wrong, or quite right. But anyway, those are my predictions. Let me know what you think. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one. Toodaloos.